You've had your YouTube channel just deleted.
Yes.
I've had two of mine in 2019 and 2023 deleted. So the male viewpoint, the masculist viewpoint, is not getting an airing.
Yeah, I wasn't
Except for X, thank God.
Yeah,
thank God for X.
Yeah, for me, they targeted me for medical misinformation. So I wasn't particularly masculism, although you might argue that pushing back against a narrative is masculine. Maybe not. Maybe that's just common sense. I'd say feminine.
So the masculists want the bi-consciousing of society.
Right. Which I think is fair.
Which means that masculist ideas need to be spread.
I agree.
And
it's not easy to be a man. To be a good man and a strong man, it's very challenging. I'm raising 2 young boys right now. There's a lot of things I have to teach them, and it's hard. And like you said, there's a Women's Day in the Soviet Union. There's no Man's Day. There's a man. You have to go to war and die. You have to provide. You have to shut up and control your emotions and all that. And so that's not talked about, is it?
So the masculine is just fed up with this situation. And so they're out to change it. So firstly, you need an ideology. Men need their own gender political ideology, and that's masculism. So then, well, what are the main ideas of masculism? Well, I suppose 2 really big ones. One is gender oppression is not a one-way street. It goes both ways. And 2, in fact, women, you can argue, the masculists argue, women oppress men worse. And those, the big 3, they're sort of classic examples. So masculists put tremendous moral pressure on women to FIP up, masculist term, FIP, F-I-P, financially independent person. So the opposite of a FIP is this masculist terminology here, is a fluffy, based on the word fluff. If I pull off a bit of fluff from my jumper or
you love your terms, Hugo, I must say.
So, and you can see it, just very light. So with connotation of being light, not serious, not responsible, not adult, not career competent, not FIP. So the masculists want the FIPPing of women because they can see that by creating a FIP society, where both sexes are socialized to be responsible adults, pull their weight financially, not expect to parasite on the other sex, that will go a long way to solving many of men's gender issues. But
now women are better educated and better earners, so you could argue that's happening already.
I joined the investment club because we are in the biggest wealth transfer in history. The investment thesis here is we believe that early stage Web3, metaverse and AI investments represent the hottest opportunities on the planet. I've been financially burned in this space, lost a lot of money through lack of education and investing in the wrong people, most of them were scams. But I still believe in blockchain and I still believe in the crypto space, thanks to the investment club. Now, 5 weeks in, I've invested in 10 deals in the investment club. They do all the due diligence and research for the community by bringing the best deal flow that we would never have access to. When you join, you just don't become a member. You become a part of a big family. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. You will never find a more genuine person like Brian. He is so transparent and passionate at bringing wealth to the masses through blockchain technology. Thank you, Brian. It's a pleasure.
True.
But that's not the...
But the manosphere...
That won't solve the problem.
The manosphere estimates that only about a quarter of women are true FIPs.
See, for me, it doesn't seem to be... I don't know. For me, trying to demand that the women earn more or study more doesn't seem like the solution to me.
Well, if a lot of women are fluffies...
But I mean, in the 50s, the women didn't have degrees and they were housewives and we didn't have this problem. So I don't understand why.
But then in the 70s, women took over the divorce courts.
That's an issue.
They brought in no-fault divorce, but they brought with them unconsciously their traditional expectations of men, seeing men as cash machines. And so, from then on, men just get butchered in divorce courts.
Maybe they need to have prenups. That's what Trump said.
Agreed. But they have to hold. And in many states in the US, The judge looks at prenup, poof,
Also,
just throws it out. Other countries, they're valid.
They have to think about it as well.
Yeah. Or just get rid of marriage. I mean, if you're not going to have kids, why marry at all? So marriage is basically around having kids. So
also, I think, I personally, and I've had conversations with people here, that social media has caused a lot of separation of the sexes. It means that any woman, anytime in the world, can get attention, and that any man, anytime in the world, can have, sexual fantasies via porn. And it actually can separate these two. Women also seem like they can see all of the men in the world and choose this ideal one. Sometimes men do the same thing because they see the most beautiful woman in the world and they say, you're not that. And somehow it seems to separate the sexes, as they both have standards that are unrealistic of the other. And then they just don't get together and they don't date. The women get their satisfaction from the DMs from posting things. Of course, no real life experience. The men, since they don't want to engage with real life with women, can have the pornographic experience. And now both are feeling isolated at home at the same time. And you could even say, with neither fault of their own, of course, they both need to take responsibility to change that. But the tech seems to have pushed these sexes apart. Both get validation now in a different way.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.